Triumph TR3 1955–57. The Triumph TR3 is a British sports car produced between 1955 and 1962 by the Standard Triumph Motor Company of Coventry, England. A traditional roadster, the TR3 is an evolution of the company's earlier TR2 model, with greater power and improved braking. Updated variants, popularly but unofficially known as the TR3A and TR3B, entered production in 1957 and 1962 respectively. The TR3 was succeeded by the Michelotto-styled, mechanically similar Triumph TR4. The rugged side is screen TR, so named for its employment of removable plexiglass side curtains, was a sales and motorsport success. With approximately 74,800 TR3s sold across all variants, the model was the company's third best seller in the TR range, behind the TR7, 111,500 units, and TR6, 94,500 units, models. The Triumph was campaigned in races, hill climbs, and rallies across Europe and North America, with several outright, team, and class victories to its credit. Although the car was usually supplied as an open two-seater, an occasional rear seat and bolt-on steel hardtop were available as extras. The car is powered by the standard Wetliner inline 4, a 1991cc, 121.5 cubic inches, straight 4 OHV engine initially producing 95 bhp, 71 kilowatts, 96 PS, an increase of 5 horsepower over the TR2 thanks to larger SU-H6 carburetors. This was later increased to 100 bhp at 5,000 revolutions per minute by the addition of a high-port cylinder head and enlarged manifold. The 4-speed manual gearbox could be supplemented by an overdrive unit on the top 3 ratios, electrically operated and controlled by a switch on the dashboard. In 1956, the front brakes were changed from drums to discs, a first for a British series production car. The suspension is by AA arms, manganese bronze trunnion, coil springs and tube shocks at the front, optional anti-roll bar, and with worm and peg steering. Unlike MGs of the same period, the steering mechanism and linkage have considerable play and friction, which increase with wear. The rear is conventional leaf springs, with solid axle and lever arm dampers, except that the box frame rails are slung under the axle. The wheels are 15 inches in diameter and 4.5 inches wide, increased from 4 inches after the first few TR2s, with 48-spoke wire wheels optional. Wire wheels were usually painted, either body color or argent, silver, but matte chrome and bright chrome were also available. The TR3's weight is significantly more than the Morgan Plus 4 and the Porsche 356, but not much more than the MGA and MGB. All except the Morgan, which shares the same engine, are substantially less powerful, as is the Sunbeam Alpine. Under most conditions the car is very responsive and forgiving, but it has some handling issues. The chassis, which is shared by the TR2, TR3, TR3A and TR4 has limited wheel travel. As a result, on very hard cornering, the inside rear wheel can lift, causing sudden oversteer due to the increased load on the outside rear tire. This is particularly true with radial tires. The original TR2/3/3A suspension was built for crossbleed tires. The wheel lifting is more sudden than that of other cars, because it is caused by coming to the end of the suspension travel while there is still load on the tire, so the load on the other, outside, rear wheel is a discontinuous function of cornering load, rather than just changing slope. The TR3 is a true roadster, designed for sunny weather but with removable rain protection. It has a convertible hood, US top, that snaps on and off and removable side curtains, allowing very low doors with padding for the driver's arm to rest on. There are holes in the floor, with rubber plugs, so that the originally supplied jack might be used from inside the car, as did the Jaguar XK 120. The optional heater is poor, and the shut-off valve is under the bonnet, US hood. There is room for a third person or child sitting sideways behind the seats, but no accommodation for them. Some 13,377 examples of the original pre-facelift TR3 were produced, of which 1,286 were sold within the UK, the rest were exported mainly to the USA. As of Q1 2011 there were approximately 826 licensed and 115 Sorn TR3/3s registered with the DVLA.